Hi, guys. Thank you so very much for being here. My name is Janelle. Welcome if you are a newbie, and welcome back if you're an oldie. Let's go ahead and get right into today's message. Sis, you are about to enter the best chapter of your life. Y'all, are you ready for this? The episodes that I have for this week are about embarking on something new, starting what you've always wanted to do, or starting again in something that you always wanted to do, but there was always something that stopped you. And so, this is a time, this is the year to go ahead and do it, to make it happen. So, I am here with you, and I am encouraging you that you go ahead and you make it happen, you make it possible, because I want you to be able to step into what God has for you this year. Y'all, this is the year that God has for a true turnaround, like a true harvest. This is your harvest season, and I want you to be able to reap what you sow. The good seed that is in good soil, I want you to receive that harvest that you have planted in Jesus' name. Y'all, this is the time, and I want you guys to receive it and understand it. And y'all, I want you to hear it right now. So let's go ahead and get right into it. I want you to hear me when I say this. Stop selling yourself short with excuses that you've been giving yourself each and every year. It's time to do something different. The thing that my pastor started saying last week, he said, one day win. And I want you guys to really hear me when I say this. A lot of times we think one day when I get more money, then I'll be able to do this, that, and the third. Or one day when I have a team, then I'll be able to do the things that I want to do, because this is just a lot and I ain't got time for it. But the thing is, it's like that one day win is not going to happen if you don't put in the time now that you need in order to get to that day. That day will not happen if you don't go ahead and do what you need to do to get to that day, to get to that point in your life. In order for you to get to point B, you have to start at point A. It doesn't work in reverse. You have to put in the work, you have to pave the way, you have to do what you need to do. You have to do your due diligence. You have to put in sweat equity in order to get the profit that you are desiring. I have 3 different points for you. However, they're all simultaneously coming together because it's all going to be one word. And I want you to receive this one word because it's going to help you to understand and put it into perspective for your life and your situation. Okay. So, the word that I want to give to you today is time. One way, the first way that I want you to look at time is it's the time that you have, whether it is 30 minutes or 2 hours. How are you using your time? The second point is using your time wisely. I want to go ahead and I want to elaborate on that while God placed it in my heart. I want you to go ahead and use your time wisely, because a lot of us, all of us, we have the same amount of time. We have the same 24 hours in a day. However, the way that we use our time is completely different. We want to see results and we want to get from point A to point B, but the way that we use our time is bad. We don't necessarily use our time in the way that we're supposed to. There are 2 different ways that we use our time. One way, the first way, is that we use it wisely, where we use it in a time frame. So say, for instance, going back to the first point, if you have 30 minutes to spare, then you go ahead and you use that 30 minutes wisely. The way that you use that time wisely is writing things down about that topic or about that thing that you want to know more about. You're putting forth the effort, you're laying the groundwork, you're laying the foundation, you're putting in the steps, you're putting in the effort that you need in order to see the growth that you're looking for. But when you're using that same 30 minutes, you're taking that 30 minutes and you are taking a nap. Now, I'm just going to paraphrase this, but it says in the word that people who take a nap, those who take a nap, miss out on the harvest. You don't want to miss out on what God has promised you. You don't want to miss out on the harvest that you sowed because of your laziness. And then also I want you to see this. Don't use excuses on the lack of time you have. A lot of us, we say that, oh man, I wish I had more time, or if I had, and then when we squander the time that we are given, we go to excuse mode and we're like, man, I if I had the time to do this, then I'll be able to go ahead and get it done. Well, you did have the time. You do have the time. If you look at it in a different perspective, when you are wanting to get somewhere and it makes and you want to make a difference in your life instead of doing the same thing, running that same race, not even getting any results, not even getting any further in your life, but you keep doing the same old thing over and over and over again, and also expecting different results. We need to change some things in your mind, starting in your mind. Your body does what your mind is saying. When you say that you're tired, your body is going to immediately get tired. You probably have seen this multiple times when people on a field, on a track, and they are running. Let's say they are running a 400-meter dash. It's a sprint. So you are running, and that's one time, that's one lap around the track. You start at the starting line, you go ahead, and it doesn't matter what lane you're in, but you are running around that track. A lot of times when you hit that 100 straight away, getting ready to go and make it to the finish line, you hit that wall of fatigue because you have used all of your strength. You start off strong and going fast and sprinting that first 100 or that first 50 of your race, and then you hit the back stretch and you're just cruising it, and then once you hit that 200 mark, which is halfway, you hit that 200 mark and you're going around that curve and people are getting ready to pass you. You see even more of your competitors right on the side of you, and you're getting ready to go around that curve into the straightaway, the 100 all the way to the finish line. This is the time and effort for you to really dig deep and go forward, to push past that fatigue. So this is just like a race. It's just like that same 400 meters. When you are getting ready to hit that fatigue because your legs are tired, your legs are cramping up, your legs feel like you've given all you've got, you have to, in your mind, dig deeper and say, no, I got so much more inside of me. I can press past this. I got this. I can do it. You begin to pick up when your mindset changes. You begin to open up your arms, open up your hands, open up your stride to go ahead and give it all you've got, to put forth that effort, give that grit and push. What you're doing is you're pushing yourself. When you push yourself forward, then you are able to get even more out of yourself that you never even knew was there, and that is going past that fatigue stage. So I want you to know and understand that you have so much more within you. All you have to do is go past that fatigue stage. Don't ever allow yourself to get to a point where you're like, whew, I don't think I can do this, and settle back into your comfort. I want you to get out of your comfort zone, because in order for you to get the results that you are looking for, that you are yearning for, you have to get outside of your comfort zone. And that starts with using your time wisely. That starts with not complaining about the time that you have. That starts with you have to use the time that you have, whether it's 30 minutes or 2 hours. Use that time and use it wisely, and don't make an excuse for it. I want to leave you with this. Nothing on your plate will take all your time. What God has given you, He has given you the beginning steps, because this is a marathon. This is not a sprint. And what He has for your life, the purpose that He has for you, the vision that you have for what you want to do, that He has given you, and you are tapping into it and you're going after it. When you take those baby steps, or when you take those first steps into writing it down and acting on it, you're not necessarily taking those huge steps, but you're taking those first steps that you need to take in order to say, okay, I am doing this, I want to do this, and I am doing this. I'm putting in the time that I need. The reason why I say that you can have 15 minutes, in between work, or if you have a break, or if you're on your lunch, or if you have like some downtime at home, take that time at any particular time in your day, because you do have downtime. All of us have downtime. Really pay attention to it. Go ahead and use it to your advantage, and put forth the effort that you need to during that allotted time that you have. It's not going to take up all of your time, but what you're doing is you're starting somewhere. That is your starting point. If 15 minutes is all you got to do something, do it. That is your starting point. The Israelites needed to get away from Pharaoh and his army. God told Moses to go ahead and lift up his staff, and God parted the sea so that the Israelites can go ahead and flee from Pharaoh. They literally were on the edge. They did not have anywhere else to go, but God made a way. And what I want you to understand is that God will make a way when you feel like you don't have a way to be able to put in the time. He will make you aware. It's the Holy Spirit talking to you and making you aware of the time that you actually have. Like, oh, I have 5 minutes. Let me go ahead and do with this 5 minutes what I can. Let me go ahead and research some things in 5 minutes that I have. Oh, I got 10 minutes. Let me go ahead and do something with this 10 minutes. Oh, I got an hour. Let me go ahead and do something with this hour that I have. It's all about using your time wisely, making what you want to do, what you want to accomplish in this new year, a priority. So I hope and pray that you receive something from this message, and I cannot wait to talk to you guys in the next episode. Until then, bye.